Hey, what's up guys, Joshua's Boost here and welcome back to another Digimon gameplay video. BT11 featuring one of the most hyped decks in the entire set, I think. And I'm not talking about Blackwargreymon, which we'll be seeing on the left, but I'm actually talking about the Sukamon deck, which we will be seeing on the right, piloted by Mitchell. And I also know he was really looking forward to playing this deck. And honestly, it does have some pretty good countermeasures against the Blackwargreymon deck, because they have the ability to turn your big guy into a Sukamon, and then, you know, your Blackwargreymon or your Blackwargreymon X won't be protected by the X-Antibody effect. So you can actually just delete them with the, how do you say it? Like the delete substitution effects from the Sukamon, or the King Sukamon, I think it is. So it definitely does have some, built-in outs to the giant stacks. We also see Blackwargreymon not having the best start here. He just plays the BT8 Agumon, which I think signals he doesn't have, or he didn't have a Greymon or another Agumon in this situation. He's actually going to evolve to the Black Agumon X-Antibody here, which can dig for a Greymon or a Black Tamer, and the Black Tamer, I should say, but he adds the BT11 Greymon X-Antibody to his hand here. Still looks like he doesn't quite have an Agumon to go in the back. So goes to the Greymon here, and then he finally does pick up the promo Agumon. Goes into the Agumon and Greymon X-Antibody here. Don't necessarily agree with the way this is played, but yeah. Then he goes into Yuya in the back, since, you know, Sukamon would go to 3 anyway because of the Izzy, might as well put him to 4. And now the Sukamon player is going to just hard play a Sukamon, which has the undeletion effect to dig for a Chuumon, I think. Oh, or a Sukamon or a Etemon, right? He just hard plays 2 of them. However, Blackwargreymon here does already have the blocker set up. Goes into Metal Greymon here, which is going to be able to delete any of the Sukamon. I'm going to review the top 3 and add either the Chuumon or the King Sukamon. I would assume he's going to go for the... Or is it King Sukamon? Oh, I think it might have been Garromon actually instead of Sukamon. So yeah, he's going to add the Chuumon to his hand. And then the Agumon's going to swing, hit into Izzy. Review the top 3 cards of the deck and gain 1 memory. But he still does keep turn, since he was at 1 memory anyway. And now he's actually going to go for Hades Force. He puts it to 5, but it's actually going to cost 7 here, because X-Antibody is not in the source of one of his Digimon. But yeah, he corrects it here, so it goes 7, and then he's actually going to get rid of both the Izzies, and going to declare attack as well for the Metal Greymon, which I think is a little bit... it's brave, for sure. Because if he now does attack and he runs into something like a Metal Etemon, then the stack will just be gone. And to be honest, now the Digimon is suspended anyway, so if Sukamon here can actually dig into something like a Metal Etemon, which we do see here, then he might even be able to just evolve into it and just run over the Metal Greymon. But we'll see. First, he's going to go into King Sukamon here, and then he's going to change the Metal Greymon to a Sukamon, so it's now I think it's 3000 white Sukamon, and he can actually just run over it with the King Sukamon, so he didn't even like need the Etemon. Or is he just going to... Oh, no. So he's going to actually swing into security, and then since it is deleted, he can substitute the Metal Greymon instead to prevent the deletion. And I think it has security attack +1 as well. Yeah. Hits into Cool Boy there, and also hit into... what's it called? Doru Greymon. So we see a little bit more black-based build on the left here for the Blackwargreymon player, which I definitely think is interesting, and might actually be as good as the red base, depending how you build it. It's just like the goal of the deck is a little bit different than the red base, I want to say. Anyway, the Metal Etemon is now going to review the top 3 cards of his deck, I think, and then he can play out the Etemon from there, which is going to... give DP reduction to the Agumon X-Antibody and get rid of it like that, and then he's going to end his turn by just hard playing the Chuumon, which has the ability to evolve into a Sukamon for reduced cost. So definitely a huge comeback swing here by the Etemon player, but I honestly think if the Greymon player didn't decide to attack with after the Hades Force as well, then he could have been in a better position than he is now. But yeah, right now not looking that good. However, he does have a stack build up in the back already, so, you know, Blackwargreymon is definitely the type of deck that just can come back with 1 stack in the back and then control the game from there. And I don't think there is a way for the Etemon deck here or the Sukamon deck to finish out the game. I don't think so. With the amount of memory he has. We'll see. It's going to evolve for 1 into the old Sukamon. I think it's like from BT3 or BT4. Which also has the Unleash and Floating effect, I'm pretty sure. Then Etemon is going to swing in, survive the check because it hits into Agumon. And then Sukamon also going to swing in, also hit into Pro Agumon. And I thought the Sukamon had an Unleashing effect, but I might be wrong there. Or maybe the player is just forgetting the effect. That's also a possibility, of course. Now he's going to go Mimi and then activate Maki, which is going to be able to add a Tapirmon as well as a dual color black Digimon. I'm quite sure there's no Tapirmons in the deck, but there's definitely dual color black Digimon. We see the stack come out here. X-Antibody go into the Blackwargreymon X-Antibody. He can't delete the Etemon, I don't think, since it's 7000 DP, if I think so. Also going to tap Yuya to give the 2000 boost as well as the ability to not be affected by option cards. And then he's going to play another Hades Force, which is going to take care of the Tamers, I think. I think he can delete up to 8. And actually we're going to get rid of the Etemon, and now we do see him swing in again. And then, oh right, it goes into X, yeah, okay. And then use the X-Antibody effect to evolve into Gaiamon, so he's going to be able to do 2 checks, and then he's also going to be able to reboot, and he does have the blocker effect. Hit Maki, and then, yeah, he should have done the Maki first and then do the second check, but it's alright. It doesn't really change much about the game set, I don't think. And then he's also going to be able to drop the Treasure Top, which is the ultimate flare. That's funny, but honestly it wouldn't have done anything anyway, because the stack was unaffected by options anyway. Chuumon is going to move out here. Really curious what the line is going to be. Goes to Greymon, which is also treated as a Numemon right now, which I don't think is that relevant, but you know, it is. That's the effect. Then he goes into Etemon. He's going to reduce the cost with the Makis. Now he's going to, I think he's going to pitch a card to reduce the DP, which, oh no, he doesn't. Oh, that's actually just game, right? He just goes Cootie's Kick, and now he can just attack with the Etemon, and it's unblockable, so. Yeah, it goes to Meadow Etemon here, but shouldn't really matter too much. He's just going to bring out a guy now, and then the Etemon can just swing for game, since it can't be blocked. He's going to change the Gaiamon into a Sukamon, so it is quite small now, but again, like, literally doesn't do anything. Since it is already game, I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm, like, misremembering something, or... Because... He blocks here, but he can't. He can't block. Not quite sure what's going on. Oh, okay, I think, pretty sure that they are like, well, probably like the player on the right told him like he can't block, and then he just admitted defeat. I think anyway. But yeah, so pretty cool seeing Sukamon get game 1 there. Honestly think the play with the Hades Force made quite a bit of a difference in that. Would it... I'm not complete. No, I don't think it would have made a difference, to be honest, because in the end he could have just done the same play if the Greymon was unsuspended, and then it would have been deleted by the King Sukamon effect anyway. Regardless, we see Sukamon deck starting here, Chuumon into Maki, and then we see the Greymon player go into Agumon, Agumon X, Greymon, Greymon X. Definitely a little bit of a questionable line of play there, in my opinion. He does memory choke to 1 though, and I guess if he did draw the Cool Boy from the evolve into the Greymon X-Antibody, then this was definitely fine. But if he already had it, probably would have been better to just play the Cool Boy. But yeah, obviously I can't see his hand, and neither can you, so no way to know for sure. Already having built up quite a nice stack there in the back though, while the Sukamon player is obviously just trying to fill up the trash a little bit, because the Sukamon deck, it does need that. He plays the Agumon BT8 here and reviews the top 3, which should have been the top 4, and then adds the Greymon to his hand. And then he evolves into the Greymon, which is not possible since it can only evolve over red. But they are going to fix this in a minute because they are going to notice. Or someone is going to notice, I think. Yeah. So he's just going to evolve into the Greymon X-Antibody instead. To put the opponent to 3. Yeah, so a little bit of a misstep there, but that's fine, that happens. And someone pointed out, and it didn't really affect the game state in the end. I guess technically the possibility exists that he drew this Greymon X-Antibody from the draw from the Greymon, but I know both these guys, and I really, really doubt that he would cheat like that at locals. So we see another Coolie's kick come down, so this guy now is unblockable, and also when it's deleted, he will gain 3 memory. And then he's going to use the float effect to add Etemon to his hand, and he's going to pick up the... He's looking at the regular Etemon there, yeah, he's going to pick it up as well. And then the floating effect is going to bring out the Chuumon. However, I think it should be suspended, but I'm not 100% sure, so maybe I'm just misremembering the inheritable effect from the BT11 Chuumon. Now... She's going to hard play Sukamon to memory choke the Greymon player, but yeah, not looking that good for Sukamon here. Since the Blackwargreymon player does have 2 potential stacks set up, he's going to use the X-Antibody in the sources, then swing. Not sure why this is happening. Because the X-Antibody doesn't grant protection just yet, so I'm not really sure why he used it at that moment. But yeah, he's going to go into the Metal Greymon. Get rid of the Chuumon, which is definitely fair enough, and also memory choke back right. If anybody in the comments knows what the purpose was of the X-Antibody being put in the stack before swing with the other Greymon, let me know. I'm not 100% sure here. Might have just been a little bit of a mis-sequencing. And Sukamon is just going to play another Chuumon, so yeah, definitely not looking like this is going to be Sukamon's game. With 3 potential, or like a stack in the back, and then 2 potential stacks in the front. One of them already being a level 5 even. He's just going to swing with the Greymon. So he's a brave guy. He doesn't fear the big DP in the... What's it called? In the security. And then he saw Ultimate Flare. Like, so he knows it exists in the deck list, but he doesn't fear that either. And then he's going to swing and use the X-Antibody effect to evolve into the Blackwargreymon. He's just going to do 1 check. And this is definitely fair, right? Because the odds of the Blackwargreymon surviving are a lot higher than of the Metal Greymon surviving. And as you know, we see here that the Metal Greymon would have actually died in security against the Metal Etemon. But he does again give a lot of memory to the Sukamon player, which is going to evolve. Is it? Yeah, King Sukamon. Make the Blackwargreymon into Sukamon as well. And he's going to swing into... So I assume he actually swung into the Greymon that is suspended, and then used the protection effect to get rid of the Metal Greymon, or the Blackwargreymon. And now he's going to go into Metal Etemon. So this was I talked about, right? This deck definitely has just engine ways to get rid of the Blackwargreymon stuff, so it doesn't have to rely on options or anything to get rid of it, which is not viable anyway, right? Because they are definitely playing answers to options getting rid of that. Now it's going to play Etemon to give minus 3000 to the Greymon, and then enter by playing the purple Mimi. Now I do remember, like, when I was watching this video the first time around, I was like, why is he playing the purple Mimi? I didn't quite get it, but you're definitely going to see what the reason for that card is a little bit later in this game. Going to go into another Greymon, by the way. But yeah, all of a sudden, quite a turnaround. You know, it can be quite hard if your stack gets outed to just completely get back into the game with the Blackwargreymon deck. And he reviews double Blackwargreymon X, as well as a Metal Greymon X-Antibody. And he picks up the Metal Greymon, which I think is telegraphing that he doesn't have a level 5 in hand. Because if he did, he would definitely pick up the Greymon. Or the Blackwargreymon. Man, all these Greymon names, I keep mixing them up. The Etemon dies in security here. And now he's going to evolve into a Chuumon in the back. And, you know, Wargreymon is at 0 security now. And there we go, it's the Hell Scythe going to play it and then reduce the memory cost. Then get rid of one of the Greymons and bring out a BT11 Sukamon. And now it is up to the Blackwargreymon side to put up a blocker or a Blackwargreymon X-Antibody, I guess. As well as out both the stacks that are on the field of the Sukamon player. Or he will lose. So, yeah, this is a little bit rough. What I think you could have done is just hard play the Greymon, then evolve into the Greymon X-Antibody, use double Cool Boy to gain 2 memory, and then evolve into the Metal Greymon here. And then he would be at 0 memory now, and he could have ran over the King Sukamon, and then he would have had a blocker on the field as well, I think. If I'm not mistaken, because he would play the Black Greymon, go to 0, evolve into the X-Antibody, go to 2, evolve into Metal Greymon, go to 0. Then he could just run over the King Sukamon, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Then he would have not lost to this Chuumon, but that's not the line he decided to take. And yeah, that's going to be game, so swift 2-0 victory for the Sukamon deck. GG.